Hello, good evening, and welcome to the Talkin Kop on this Thursday night. I'm Gav, that's Davo, that's Seany, and we're here to talk about the Premier League. Big welcome to Brody LFC, who's just become a member. That just flashed up on my screen. Fair play to you. Premier League, lots going on, lots of games last night. One game tonight is finished. Everton have beaten Newcastle. One game is about 4 minutes from finishing. West Ham currently lead Spurs 2-1 at the White Hart Lane Spurs Tottenham Stadium, whatever it's called. It's one of those. I think I've covered all the bases. But let's start at last night. And last week, I think it was on this show, we were talking about Villa and how good they are and how good they look. And they showed it last night with a 1-0 win against Man City. Thoroughly deserved. Absolutely thoroughly deserved. It wasn't a smash and grab. It was brilliant from Villa. I want to give them the credit, but I also want to talk about City's form, because City now sit with 3 wins in 9 in the Premier League. No win in 4. And I think it's 3 points from the last 4 games. So it's not the best from City. Seany, a bit of a mix here. Well done to Villa. But I thought City were appalling for as good as Villa were. Brilliant game and a bit of a statement win, I think, for Villa. In fairness, I think that's a statement win from Villa.
The statement wins, and I thought it was more of a statement performance because they trampled all over City. They ran all over them. Now, obviously, I was watching Liverpool, so you kind of had two eyes on, kind of keeping an eye on them. As soon as Liverpool blew up, I flicked it on, and on Saturday when Spurs were playing City at home, I put in a WhatsApp group, Villa will beat them midweek.
Yeah.
And I don't know, I just, look, Shane sitting there, Davo sitting there with fucking dubs top on, they done 5-6 in a row. I think in any sport, if anyone is doing over 3-4 in a row, it's a serious feat, because I think the questioning of ability goes out the window. If you're winning that many titles in a row, it's down to an unbelievable mentality, which is very, very difficult to sustain after them winning everything last year. And I think what's glossed, well, not that it's glossed over, I think people are starting to talk about it now. They lost some big leaders in the dressing room last year, and big players who, like Gundogan, like fucking turned into Prime Zidane every March, April, May for City. They pulling them out of fires all over the place, fucking late goals, big important goals in huge games, doing it years. And Mahrez is another one who would always pop up as well. And Sterling as well. I know he left a couple of years, but just another player who would pop up and gone from the ranks. And
There's a penalty. Sorry, there's a penalty show here in this West Ham game.
Anyway, fuck them. Nothing game.
Okay, go on.
De Bruyne as well being out, like just massively influential players. And like, it's only when you look at it, like, City's squad is fucking razor thin now. I don't think it's what it used to be, and it's starting to show now. They're waning big time. Even some of the games in the Champions League, I watched them, they were questionable. They'd late turnarounds and that, but they've been outrun, and it's not like them. So I'm not really surprised by the result last night, to be honest. But yeah, like, wouldn't call it exactly a fucking a demise, but long may it continue.
Yeah, Davo, when you look at last night, and I really do want to get into the City stuff, but just on Villa, the way they played, like we've spoken so many times about teams that turn up against City and they're nearly beaten before they walk out on the pitch. They're nearly beaten before the whistle goes, right? And it's like, you can see it, because after 3 and 4 minutes, they're gone. They're 1-0 down, and that's the game over. Do you know the sort of way? But when you watch Villa last night, and I'm like Seany, as soon as the Liverpool game was over, I was straight on and stuck this on last 25 minutes. But I watched the highlights back this morning, and Villa were just so aggressive in what they were doing. Like, they were winning ball high up the pitch. If City managed to break the press, they were walking their arse off to get back into position and get back into shape. When they won it, they weren't like, like just trying to pass it around and hope to keep it. They were real direct against them, and it has to be a template, Davo, for other teams to come out against them. You might lose, but have a fucking go against them, because I think there is frailties in City. both in the starting 11 at times, and definitely in the backup and the subs that they have. They were missing 4 players last night. They couldn't fill a full bench. It's a bit mad when you actually think about it when you look at it.
Yeah, he's a bit. Guardiola's a bit mad like that. Like, why would you not bring up 2 or 3 young fellas and get them the experience and bring them on the bench rather than fucking like leaving kind of gaps? You know, like them being struggling to fill a bench. He's a bit weird like that sometimes. But yeah, look, Villa won the ball back 13 times in the City half last night. For being aggressive, like Bailey was a bit more central. He tried to get up beside Watkins. And look, I was the same. Obviously, watched Liverpool flicked it over. But like every stat was for Villa. Like more shots, more fucking more everything. And like you said, it has to be a template. Like if you don't have a goal, they're eventually gonna fucking wear you down and beat you. Yeah, they'll grind you down and fucking they'll get a goal. They'll get that goal where they tic tac around. They get to the byline, they roll it across. Someone taps it in. They'll get that. They'll get that template goal. So yeah, look. Emery's a fucking brilliant manager. He's a brilliant people. Like he gets the good evening thing and all that. And when he was at Arsenal and stuff like that, listen, he done grand at Arsenal. Europa League final and finished higher than they did under Wenger. And he only lasted a year, didn't he? Before they gave him before they gave him the bullet. Yeah. So he wasn't given any time to kind of put anything in place. Like you remember him. Remember Czech trying to be playing out from the back and stuff like that, and it was a real fucking like Czech was coming to the end anyway of his career. He wasn't that goalkeeper, and he was having fucking kittens. The crowd were having fucking kittens, but you give a manager as good as him a bit of time, and he'd have definitely made a difference at Arsenal. I think anyway. But yeah, look, an absolute template. Why not have a go? Why not have a go? Because they'll beat you if you don't.
It's all you can do is heap praise on Villa last night, because I think they were very brave on what they done. You know, it would have been very easy for Villa to go out there last night and say, right, listen, we've had a really good run. These are the best team in the country. And we don't, you know, it draws a good result. You know, it keeps us kind of moving and it doesn't kind of burst that bubble. But Seany, looking at City, we all know how good Rodri is. But I think the example of how good Rodri is was shown last night, because I think he makes Man City work going forward, and he makes Man City work going backwards. And last night, from the highlights I've seen in the last 25 minutes, half an hour, whatever it was, they were just completely and utterly lacking in a fella to stand in the middle of the pitch and orchestrate going forward and cover everything going back. And he looked so disjointed. Like, he's such a big loss for them. Now, he'll be back at the weekend, but I think it shows he's off the wall good.
He's not anymore.
He is.
I'm telling you now. Have you been watching him this year?
Yeah, and what I've noticed about him this year, more than the defensive stuff.
What I've noticed this year is I'm getting ghosted by players.
Yeah, but what I've noticed about him this year is I think he's becoming an awful lot better at orchestrating things when they have the ball at the back, and he just finds the space and pings them off. And I think, honestly, Seany, I don't think they lose that game last night with him in there.
But they haven't won a game in the previous fucking 3
Yeah, I understand that, but when you look at him overall... I'll take it. I'll take what you have. Go on.
I love Rodri as a player, but he looks a bit playing Fabinho to me this year. He looks like he's running in treacle. Honestly, he looks like he's talking about around. Now, you wouldn't have him down as the most mobile, but
wearing a parachute.
He's getting loads of yellows.
Yeah. Do you think it's down to him being left in there to do an awful lot?
I just think it's the same as it's the same as after when we did a 60-game season the year previous. Just tired. Just looks bollocks. And like you said, there's no, like, they've Calvin Phillips there who, like, pointless. Getting no minutes.
Yeah.
Like, he's not using them. He doesn't rotate him.
Yeah.
The only time Rodri is rested is when he's suspended or injured. Like, he used to be he used to be that little bit sharp or clever where he could get away with the cynical fouls, but he's getting caught every time now. He's getting caught every time. Like the Chelsea game, late in the Chelsea game, like, he's fucking shocking in the last 10 minutes. I know he gets the late goal, but what's the last 10 minutes of that Chelsea game? He's like Matt Letizia now running around.
He gives away the penalty, doesn't he? You
Yeah,
get rid
Yeah.
of penalty,
but my thing on him is that, and the Gravenberch one is a great example, right? Where
Yeah,
Gravenberch just goes, I'm going past you,
Oscar.
and you're not keeping up with me, and he goes by him. I'm okay with that, right? That's just really good play from Gravenberch, and your point probably stands a little bit. He's tugging a fucking boat here. But the interesting thing about it is that when you go by him, there's fuck all around him to help him.
Not,
Like Bernardo
and that's
Silva's
the
jogging
thing.
back going, Rodri will deal with that. And there's nobody helping him. And that's why
Yeah.
John Stones was considered a huge loss, because Stones could see the dangers and kind of cover him. But that's where they were starting to get at City. Get beyond him. It's a bit like your man that was with United and Chelsea. Matic. It was a Matic, wasn't that his name?
Yeah.
Yeah,
It was
yeah.
a really good player. But if you got beyond him, there was nobody fucking helping him. It was like, he's in the middle and he's great. He's brilliant. And maybe that's where teams are looking at O'Shawnee and going, let's get the other side of him. And it'll definitely give us chances, because they're not cleaning up after him.
Like, it's mad, like what? Because like fucking the thing is, when we were in toilet races with City, the most you're hoping for is away from home, probably drawing the game by not being
Yeah.
able to break teams down, because they were so fucking solid defensively. But like even your man Vardy, I rate him. I think he's a very good player, but he's struggling. He's struggling where he's playing, and
John
teams are
McGinn
targeting.
pinned him on that left wing, or
Yeah.
Villa's right, for the last 20 minutes of that game last night. I've never seen nothing like it. It was
And look
fucking
at the
insane.
you can just tell something's wrong at City, because look at last week, the goal they conceded against Spurs. Like Doku is the last man defending Son on a break, so something's not right there. They look susceptible to that, and like again, John Stones brilliant last year, and fucking everyone watching the article about him pottering around in the middle when he loads of the ball and fucking being this and that, and inverted centre back playing fucking centre mid. Look at him in there last night. He was chasing shadows. He was nowhere near the game, because
Yeah.
it's a completely different ask playing that role when you're playing in a team that has 90% of the ball. And let's be honest, City last year, they get that fucking. It's that aura where teams are nearly beaten before they already go out on the pitch, and it's kind of like fucking damage limitation from the whistle. Not last night. Villa had a go, and they were on the back foot straight away. And you start to see like frailties in players like that. You know what I mean? And it's like who's the famous boxer? You'll be out there. I can't remember who. I think it was Marvin Hackler saying it's hard to get up in the morning when you're fucking sleeping in silk pajamas, like to get up and do the road walk. They've been there, done that, won everything, done the dance gaff. Like even if they want to win everything, subconsciously you're losing a yard or 2 yards or 3 yards, and that's massive at that level, and it's really starting to show. Now, am I saying City are finished and they're done? No, because I still feel like they are that fucking type of team who can put 12, 13 together on a spin and just be back in it. And look, all things considered, I think that's 6 points off the top, which is it's not a lot at this stage of the season,
Not an awful
especially
lot. Especially with this period of play, that's going in,
I do feel like I don't know. It's like a change in the guard coming for City, and a lot of the senior players who probably they would have relied heavily on are getting on a little bit. Like De Bruyne is out indefinitely. There's no return date for him. They don't know when he's going to come back, and the reason why he's so badly injured is because they rushed him back to begin with.
They rushed him back to playing a Champions League final when his hamstring is just fucking completely
and his
fucking
hamstring
fell off.
exploded after 10
Yeah,
minutes,
but whatever about that, don't fucking try and get him fit for the first game of the season. Leave him until fucking October, and then they got him back for that, and then it obviously popped on him again. I think teams are spending a bit of blood with him and just saying, you know what, fuck it, we'll have a go. Johnny mentioned Gundogan there earlier. Look, he was the one for me that like he'd get an important goal. He'd get the first goal in the game for City if they were struggling to break someone down or something like that. He'd always pop up with a goal, late runs from midfield and all that. He's obviously gone. And then the one for me, who I think, listen, I don't watch fucking loads of them because they bore me, but the one for me, even last night on the bits I've seen that's absolutely stinking the gaff out was Ruben Diaz. I think he's been fucking atrocious. Fellas are just ghosting past him. He looks like he couldn't fucking... fellas brushing off and bouncing him out of the way. I think he's being really poor.
But this comes back to the whole thing about Rodri. And if you remember rightly, going back to, and if you want to make the comparison with Liverpool, when Fabinho looked like, as Shawnee said, he was running in treacle or pulling a boat or running with a parachute behind him, right? what happens is you get the other side of them, and immediately our central defenders are under pressure because they've numerous players running at them. Where do I fucking go? And we've seen it with Van Dijk and Matip and Kanate and all sorts last season when Liverpool were being overran or people were getting beyond their midfield. The midfield weren't covering each other, couldn't make it back to recover the ball. So your back four was literally playing 4-on-4, if not 5 against 4 defenders at times. And it feels to me like that's happening a little bit at City. Now, you have to be cautious in this because I think Shawnee's right. City could turn around and go, you know what, we're going to unbash them at the weekend and we're going to go and win 10 in a row, see who can keep up with us.
Look, at Klopp said it last night. He just goes, if you're right in City, you're a fucking idiot.
Yeah. So, no, I'm not right. I'm not writing City off for a minute.
Just getting Klopp said in general, it'd be the worst thing you could do is write them off.
Yeah, no, that's 100%. And no, I don't think anyone's writing them off. I just think this infallible aura and presence that you have may be on the wane a little bit. And it probably leads me into my next question, Davo, and I'll stick with you. How much of a boost does it give to the likes of it right now, a Liverpool and an Arsenal, where they look and go, we're winning and they're drawing, and now is the time to absolutely put the pedal down, and let's get through to the second week in January, or through to that winter break we have without getting defeated, and see where we are. Because I'm going to say it, if Liverpool are top and are 9 points clear of Man City on the 20th of January and Liverpool come back after the break, City aren't catching them. They just aren't. It's just not happening. How big of a boost is it for them too?
Look, it's a massive boost, particularly at the minute, because I actually just happened to just come across this tweet today. I think it's actually from a Man City fan, and he was just kind of putting up the fixtures that, like, obviously look at ourselves. We play United, Arsenal, and Newcastle, albeit the 3 of them are at home in the next 5. Arsenal play ourselves and one other. I can't remember who.
Villa.
Arsenal
You play Villa on Saturday.
Play Villa, yeah. And I think City's run of games is absolutely a piece of piss. So basically, I think it's probably we started off. We had a tough run. I thought our kind of fucking schedule or whatever. Do you know what I mean? Our fixtures, I thought, were tough. We're after getting ourselves in a great position, considering we're obviously after taking off Stamford Bridge, at James's Park, a couple of other tough ones. Etihad, getting all them out of the way. Do you know what I mean? So I just think coming up now, it's like you said there, if we can get to New Year's Eve, if we can get to New Year's Day, and we're top of the league and we're a few points ahead of City. It's like someone said in the chat there, are they going to have the stomach for it? If this side goes 9 behind ourselves and 9 behind Arsenal, I don't know whether they will. They didn't have the stomach that has when we won the league.
Yeah,
it was very apparent. Like, I think Wolves beat them and we won, or we'd already after winning, and then Wolves beat them at the Etihad, and it was like the towel came in. I think we went 11 clear or something like that, and that was the towel. The towel was in and done.
I think if they were 9 behind Arsenal, they might look at it. But I think if they go 9 behind Liverpool, as much as Klopp is saying don't write them off, and he's right, I think Guardiola in his head is looking at Liverpool and going, there's me target. His target isn't Arsenal right now, his target is Liverpool, because he knows he has to keep up with them. He knows. I'm telling you now. He knows. If he goes, I think he's. What is he 3 offers now or whatever it is? It's nothing. Fuck all in it. But he knows if this goes 7, 8, 9, he just knows what Liverpool are going to do. And he'd look back to 1920 where he goes, they went 8, 9, 10 ahead of us, and he just kept going. And before we knew it, we were fucking 20 points behind them.
Listen, we're great front runners and we're great chasers as well, Gav, because we chased them fucking down every fucking second of them title races when it went to the war. And obviously, he knows how good a front runner we are because we squeezed the life out of the league after fucking 3 months when we won it. So he knows we're capable of doing both. I think he's very fearful of us. We're obviously not. I know, listen, Kyle Walker was a bit snidey when he was asked comparing us this team to the teams of old, and he said nowhere near. But I don't think they're at City are nowhere near what they were last year as well. So I mean, listen, it was mentioned like 80 odd points could win the league this year. I would have taken your hand off our Champions League at the start of the year, not knowing what way we would be regarding new midfield coming in, a lot of ins and outs and a lot of changes, and some quite late, like we weren't expecting to lose Fabinho and Henderson and whatnot. But what would kill me is if Arsenal won the league with 84 or 85 points. That like this team is capable of getting that. So look, if some team went out, be it City or Arsenal, and got 92, 93, and you go, right, hands up, sleeves up, you were excellent, you got over the 90 points. But if someone's holding that league title up after winning it with 84, 85 points, and it's not us, I'd be fucking puking.
Yeah, I think to be honest with you, if Liverpool and Arsenal ended up being the two, and I'm not saying they will be, I think City will still be in there for you. But I think if Arsenal and Liverpool were to ended up the two, and one of them won it on 87, 88, I'd say fair enough. Because I'm absolutely fine with Arsenal and Liverpool
Arsenal
going for
winning it. Arsenal
listen,
the league.
I'm just saying from a point of view. I'm just saying from a point of view of a title race. I'm okay with Liverpool and Arsenal going up, and whoever wins it wins it. I just don't want. Every bar of me doesn't want City there because I fucking despise them for loads of reasons. But look,
we're talking about them having the gut now, but again, I think you can question their quality a little bit because look, in the years when we went 99, 97 points and we didn't win the league, we go to Etihad and play out of our skins and come away with nothing. I think in both games they beat us. The one Aguero runs off Lovren on the front post and Mane's cleared off the line. We went there and played brilliantly and got beaten. Where we went there back there a few weeks ago and I don't think we are great at all. And they couldn't beat us. We got a draw. And I think that says more about them as well. That's the way we feel about it. And it's not a thing of overlooking Arsenal. I still have more questions than answers with Arsenal. I question Arteta. I think he's made a complete bollocks in the goalkeeper situation. It's coming home to roost now because Ray is not good enough and Ramsdale's out of sorts. And that's going to kill them. We know how important. You win nothing without a goalkeeper. You don't win league titles without a top level goalkeeper. Even the year Leicester win it, fucking Schmeichel is playing out of his skin. He's brilliant. He's saving them points. He's picking up results here and there. We still have Klopp. That's the X factor for me. We have Klopp. We have Van Dijk. We have Ali. We've Mo, who's still at the races, and we've enough quality in there and hunger. And players with experience like McAllister, World Cup winner, Szoboszlai is decent, won a couple of trophies at Leipzig. We can't be written off either. We're at the finding ourselves. We like Davo said, I'd have fucking snatch your hand off to just be in the Champions League next year. We're at the sleepwalking ourselves into a title race here. I think we can be better. There's games we've been showing. Didn't think we were even great last night.
We were just 7 out of 10 last night. Dominated it and should have took more chances. Really, I think that's a fair assessment of it. Come here. Look, I'm sure we'll be here in 4-6 weeks' time. We definitely will be here in 4-6 weeks' time. Going right, all them bleeding games are out of the way. This is where we stand. I just think. Right now, I think Liverpool and Arsenal should receive a massive boost from what's going on at City and should look to not put their foot on City's throat, but look to put their foot on everyone else's throat in the next 6 league games. I know we play each other, and we play each other right at the start of February as well. And I stand by it. I think those 2 games could actually go to deciding who wins the title if City are going to continue in this form. And that sounds like an obvious thing to say, but I think if Arsenal go to Anfield and get something, they'll feel, right, we're over a bit of a hoodoo here. And, then they have us at the Emirates, and that could be a real massive game. But right now, write nobody off. Villa are up there, and you said to us before the show, look at the state of this fucking league table. You said it, Shawnee. And it's just loads of people are taking points off. Loads. Teams are going through these 3 and 4 wins in a row, and then they fall off a cliff for 2 games and get back.
United are 3 behind City for folks.
Yeah, United are 3 behind City and they have no right to be there.
United palm everything at home, right? And then they get battered in the most one-sided 1-0 I've ever seen in my life. And then Everton turned Newcastle over tonight 3-0.
Yeah. It's just a case of when you come to play these teams. The injuries are massive now at this stage.
I saw a bit of United and Chelsea last night, and it could have been it. Honest to God, it could have been it. Listen, match of the day had a kind of heavily weighted chances for United, but fuck me, every time Chelsea broke, particularly in the first half. The first half, because I looked at the stats, and United had about 15 shots the first half. But your man Mudryk broke away about fucking 4 times, and the fella, for fuck's sake, he frightened. Remember he came on against Milner, and that game, he frightened the bollocks out of me at Anfield. He fucking roasted Milner. roust them, and like he's fucking lightning quick, but it doesn't look like he's a brain in his fucking head, because like it could have been it. Honest to God, like United could have been 4-3 at half time to United. I'm not joking you. Chelsea could have been ahead at half time.
And Broha misses a header at the last minute, doesn't he? Hits the bar.
Hits the post with a header, and then fucking, look, they broken them numerous times. Onana was at it again, actually, for that Chelsea goal as well last night. Absolutely stuck in the mud trying to get across the fucking goal. Yeah. Woeful. But but you know the thing about it is, Gav, one thing, United haven't drawn a game since April, and it just shows you how overrated draws are. Yeah. How overrated they are. They're not worth the wank.
Yeah. I think when it comes to this period of games, like Liverpool have like Palace obviously away, then they have the Europa League game in Belgium, which they can do what they like with. Then they play United, then they play West Ham in that quarter final of the Carabao Cup, and then it's Arsenal. And I think from a Liverpool point of view, and we'll move away from them in a minute, but from Liverpool's point of view, Liverpool should be looking at this and going, right, we have a bit of a freebie on Thursday. Let's just go and win at Palace early and set out our stall for the weekend. Let's go to Belgium and do whatever we want to do and be absolutely ready to go fucking hell for leather with this United team, because they're going to come out and they're going to sit. There's no doubt in my mind. They're just going to sit there and they're going to see what they can get out of it, because they won't open up, because memories of last year will come flooding back and they'll get bleeding.
You know that counter-attacking team anyway.
Yeah, of course. But we'll see. I just think it's a big chance for Arsenal and Liverpool to really lay down a marker right up until this winter break in January the 6th or 7th or whenever that FA Cup game is. I think it's that FA Cup game is the last game.
Is there a break after that, yeah?
Yeah, there's a break then. Liverpool's last game is on the 7th, which is a Sunday, I think, 40:30 play Arsenal. And then they've a break until the 20th or the 24th. Everyone gets a break. But look, the other end of the table. We were talking a couple of weeks ago about the sack race, who you think might go, and I think you were on, Dunner was on, Keith was on, what might be one of yours, and we were kind of picking who do you think will go, and I think the Bournemouth manager was being touted, but Keith picked Cooper at Forest, and Forest have been beaten at home by Everton at the weekend, and they've been absolutely trampled on by Fulham last night. This has to be heating up now. This is where it gets, hold on, festive period, we're in shite, we need a change. Davo, I'm not too sure if it was you on that show that night, but is there anybody down there where you really, really fear for them? Or is Cooper the one? Was Keith right?
Yeah, listen, I do think Cooper is the one, but like the Forest fans are singing his name after the game last night, and a 3-0 down. The Forest fans are singing his name. I seen a fan on Twitter getting stick for fucking basically giving the two fingers to the team when they come over and clapped, and he actually responded to, it was just a random yoke, look at this agent in the hat, and he goes, yeah, that's me. He just goes, I'm having a pop at them because they're after getting the best manager we've had for fucking 15 years fucking sacked by that shy performance that they're putting in. Now, he hasn't been sacked yet, and I thought his interview was very good. He was very honest and down to earth, and like you kind of felt what he was like. He just basically said, "Listen, all I'm concerned about is what's best for this football club." And I actually thought he came across brilliant, to be honest with you. And it just has me thinking with all that and with the fans that maybe this is rock bottom for them and they can start climbing back up and they mightn't sack him. Now, I don't know whether that's going to be the case. I saw a bit of them against Everton. They probably deserved the point. Like they had a Stonewall penalty not given. And obviously then look at last night, there was... But they have a couple of shy bags playing. Do you know what I mean? They're after banishing two of the centre halves. The two English lads actually are a Scottish fella and English fella, so it's not even kind of the, you usually get maybe the fucking mercenary that's in Ferdinand on a load of money that's at the throwing the towel in. It's the Scottish fella and your man Wardle have been fucked out. So I don't know what's going on there. Obviously a couple of bad eggs, but there's a few shy bags playing with them that are geek. Obviously, so I just think that
what a way of words you have, Davo.
Yeah, I think I'd like to see him stay because I think the players are playing for him and the fans are still with him. So, and that new manager bounce, like there's kind of no guarantees. I think the teams last year that made the changes, it didn't work. So I'd like to think Cooper could hang around. Yeah, he used to be with Liverpool in the youths anyway, didn't he? So I'd like to see him.
Yeah, a couple of people are saying there he's being linked with the Palace job because Hodgson's under big pressure. I know Shane says rumours are if they don't get a result this weekend against Wolves, he will be out of a job. Shawnee, it's definitely time where people are going to start, shiting themselves, as probably the best way to put it, and will make changes. Cooper is probably the obvious one in there. Hodgson with Palace just seem to be like
Hodgson
flatlining.
said came out with a mad one the other
Oh yeah,
day,
he said
didn't
they're being.
That's
What was
spoiled.
it?
So is the fans, yeah.
Yeah, they've been
Yeah.
spoiled.
Yeah.
Fuck me.
But that's a couple of weeks after them having to go with the players as well, Hodgson, the young players.
Yeah.
Had a score.
But this is the same Hodgson after 3-0
Yeah,
Merseyside.
well,
The Derby defeat said it was Liverpool's best performance of the season. So you know what I mean? Like he's not on the same planet as us.
As well, I think he played Spurs early in the season, and he comes out and fucks all the young lads under the bus. I couldn't believe it. Yeah, bit of a mad one. And I was thinking Hodgson a bit long in the tooth to be going on like that. I don't know, but look, obviously, fucking Heckenbottom goes, so you kind of start a potential fucking domino effect in terms of managers going out the door. But I'd imagine that chairman would be looking at the bottom three going, how bad do we have to be to go down here? Because that might just stop them pulling the trigger on an appointment like that. Because, like, Forest were in a worse position last year at the start of the season, and they stood by a man Cooper. So I don't know, like, who are you going to bring in? Are you going to spend loads of money and try to get someone like Rafa in the door or something? Like, what? Like, are you going to go gangbusters and fucking bring someone in who's going to guarantee you stay up? Like, I think it's harder for Forest to go down now than it is. Like, honestly, I don't see anyone else but that bottom three going down because they're all so bad. And I genuinely think the other 17, well, the other probably potential 5 or 6 clubs who will be in and around that area will be going, look, I think we might be all right here if we just fucking stick this fella out. And then, look, again, you're saving yourself money if you can get rid of a fella in the summer, and then you're giving yourself time as well.
Yeah.
I don't see them all pulling the panic button, pushing the panic button yet.
And they might pull
they're 4 points clear of Luton, who are tour bottom, and like they should be thinking to themselves, like obviously the chairman and the owner and all that. Well, am I banking on Luton getting 4 more points than the squad we have for the rest of the season?
Yeah.
And we would say fucking no.
And maybe they don't pull the trigger because they feel like the bottom 3 won't pull the trigger. Now I know Sheffield United have, but I think that's a ludicrous decision of what they've done there, because they've brought a manager up and given him nothing to play with, but bar the Championship side, and now they're sacking him because they're bottom of the Premier League. It was always going to happen.
That's just a bit of feel good to get Wilder back.
But Wilder was fucked out for more or less the same thing. You know, sort of way.
They were bottom, they fucked him out when they were bottom.
And then you look at Burnley, who I don't think are going to panic over Vincent Kompany. And then you look at Luton, who are definitely not going to panic over their manager. So maybe the other ones around are going, this is their performances, so we're okay. You know, I think you might be bang on there, Johnny, in fairness.
The thing is with Burnley as well is, like, it's not like fucking Sam Allardyce used to go into fucking West Brom in the last 6 weeks of a season and with a load of Grox Championship players that'll just fucking battle it out. Like, Burnley come up playing lovely football, and then, like, Kompany signs a lot of footballers, tricky little wingers in that, like, not fellas you'd probably associate with the grind and digging it out and what Burnley are. Like, what sort of manager are you going to get in now to turn them around now and trying to say, look, well, we're not playing that type of football anymore now? Like, are you just going to like, you're feathering the nest for another fella to come in to do what? So that, I just think it's a very fucking precarious decision to be. Look, everything with a win tonight are out of the bottom 3 after getting a 10-point deduction. That'll tell you everything you need to know. Even before Christmas, we never look in fucking danger.
Yeah, because the chances are, if you can pick up,
they've lost games since they got. It's not like they went on a big fucking run since they've got. They were big, So it's like it's a strange one. I'm shocked that we're coming up to Christmas and only one manager is gone. But we've seen this before where fellas just go, like, just it all kicks off because it's all muddied around the bottom.
Chris Golding says Cooper, a face that has just got a text saying his local shop has sold out of Monster Munch. I love it. But you know what? Like, you're right with the. You're right.
Not oil paint, but he is bastard ugly, isn't he?
He always looks like someone has done something wrong on him.
He always looks like someone beside him just farted.
I always look at him and go, someone's done something on him. Do you know what he looks like? Do you know? And this is my version of it. Do you know if there's a bit of a decision or a delay on a penalty, I'm not sure if someone's going to get the penalty or not, and he's standing there just a bit in disbelief as to what's going on. He looks like he's always being caught up in something and doesn't understand what's actually happening, which is brilliant. But you're right, like Forest are probably looking at this going, if we genuinely, I think they've have they 13 or 14 points. They're probably looking going, if we can get 15 points out of our last 20 fucking 3 games, we'll be okay. Because I don't think any of them bottom 3 are breaking 30 points. Genuinely, I don't think they're breaking 30 points. So I think, and look, it goes off the back of us telling you everything getting that 10-point deduction. It was the perfect time. If it happened last season, forget it. If it happened next season, you could probably forget it as well. But look, that's how it goes. Look, we've covered loads of bits where we're talking about the top 4, and there's teams hanging around there all over the place. Newcastle beaten, United win, but they look awful when they come up against anyone decent. Spurs are beaten again tonight. There's plenty around there. But when you look into the weekend, because there's big games the weekend, just to go back to Liverpool, Shawnee, I think with this Liverpool one, I think it's the same again. Just get the 3 points. Just get the 3 points. We know we're better than these. We know they're not in good form, but it's an early game at Palace. The fans are always decent. But just get the 3 points. Get them out of the way and move on.
Half 12. I'm delighted it's a half 12, not a half 5. Because it's like a different ground that night. I don't know what it is. It does seem that way. And Palace is the most unbogiest of bogey grounds. We've had great results there on that club. I think we've won nearly every game bar one. I think we drew there last year. It was a shy game at this time of year, but it was when we were really fucking vanilla. Like, nothing happened, nothing going for us at this stage last year. We were just shy. We had fucking square pegs, round holes all over the place. Half 12 away with the Palace. Again, I think spoken to you last night. I think even Palace have gone down the route now of they're not like they used to be. It's not being 4 big centre halves playing back 4 and then a Zaha and a Benteke or a fucking Glenn Murray, like big rock. That a team that are trying to play football who like have a few like your man Decore's out and Eze will be missing. It was a smashing player. I don't think that they're not. It's not the same prospect anymore as going away to Palace. It's not like a fucking. Oh, this will be a sticky one. Now it still might be a sticky one. Never liked playing them, but we should have enough. And again, if like we're putting the chest out there and giving it the big one about being on the title race, you just have to be going there and winning. It's as simple as. Because to be honest with you, if Liverpool had to end up not in a title race, I don't think it's going to be down to the fact that we couldn't beat top 6 sides at home or away or get results. It'll be beating them, the shy at the bottom of the league away from home, which will kill us, I think, if we're not to be anywhere near it. Because that's what we struggled with last year massively. Away from home, we were fucking terrible last year against the bottom 10. Shocking. Like, that was an anomaly last night, that win. We got away to Sheffield United, like, with the newly promoted side. So, just go and put fucking 3 points on the board on Saturday early doors, and then, like, Arsenal then having to go to Villa and winning to retain top spot is basically saying, like, we're up for that, are you? So, yeah, we were all badly stung about from what happened at Palace all them years ago. Don't need to mention it. But it's been, dare I say, a plain sailing nearly there every day since. And I think I seen someone saying today, I think Alisson was back in training today, I believe. Someone, I think.
Yeah, they reckon he'll be back. They're targeting the United game.
Yeah, we put down his gloves and anyway, so he's out doing work. So, like, but again, Alisson or Kelleher, we should have enough going there on Saturday and doing them. Like,
Keller was good last night, to be fair to him. We give him his flowers. He was good. Because that was a game that they were trying to get a forward and stuff like that. And listen, obviously, big save early after Gomez tries his fucking Cruyff turned the halfway line to fucking Egypt. Big save of that. So in fairness to him, listen, he was poor against Fulham, but fair, give him his dues. He done well last night, I thought.
Yeah, Centurion says there, like, and I think it's a fair point. He says, 3 points are 3 points, but we have to be more defensively responsible. Our risk assessment is deplorable. And I kind of get where he's coming from, because, and I think it goes back to our attitude towards games that we expect to win easily. I'd kind of agree with him. We seem to, the last thing I want to see is us going 1-0 up against Palace here in 10 minutes and then deciding, we're just going to win this game, and then turn it into a right battle for 80. That's what I don't want to see. I want to see us going in and going, let's go ahead, then let's go 2, then make it 3, and then we can decide what subs we're making and everything else. But we seem to always want to just let a game kind of drift away from us, and in turn, the game starts to hurt us a bit. Davo, it's an early kickoff. It's one of those where, another fucking early kickoff, sick of them. But it does give us the opportunity to go top. It gives us a chance to put pressure on it. And as well as that, it's when you think of all this rest time, which we haven't had much of, it gives us that
it gives us a break,
full 5 days before we play away in Belgium, and then we're back on the Sunday. So it is, as much as we don't like the 12:30, it's that couple of hours that, make the difference, and you hear about it all the time. Just go and win, Davo. I don't really give a fuck what happens.
Look,
just go and win.
Fucking, like Seany just fucking say, +3, that's it. Just fucking get it done. Look, they're in a bad run. So what you don't want to be doing there is going there and letting them get an early goal to get the fucking place up and all that. They're struggling. Like, they were fucking terrible last night. Terrible. A couple of stuff was thrown out in the crowd at Hodgson when he was walking off. He's had a go at the fans. We already mentioned he had a go at the young players, threw them under the bus a couple of weeks ago. They're struggling a little bit. So we just need to foot in the throat, get in, get an early goal. And like you said, Gav, don't do what we done last night. Because, listen, we
against
knew
Fulham, it was against Fulham.
We knew they'd fuck all last night. Like, obviously, there's bits and bobs and long throws and stuff like that can hurt you. But we knew in general play they really weren't going to have nothing. But Palace will have a bit of something. Do you know what I mean? They have fucking fellas that can cause you problems. Oyo and Edward and these fellas. Say, if you give them a bit of time, a bit of space, they can hurt you. So I'd love to fucking get a couple of goals up, because if you do and put the game to bed, you make your changes. Thursday night they can stick out the fucking ladies team, right, for all I care. Like, don't be fucking. I know it's not going to happen, and we always say it, but like, there's very few senior. I think there's very, very few senior players that should even travel. Never mind fucking start on Thursday.
No, so, I can see him going as light as he possibly can.
Yeah, look, I like very like Pitaloo getting goal and fucking whatnot. You know what I mean? Like, well, look, if Alisson is back fit, it'll be Keller. But look, it's like you said there, just get a fucking win. We've a great record there. We really do. Like, I'm the same. I thought Palace away, oh fucking hell, it's because of fucking what happened all them years ago. But we've a great record there. So just go and fucking get 3 points.
Right. I'm gonna put you on the spot. Give me a prediction for Liverpool against Palace on Saturday. Go on, Seany.
3-1. Liverpool.
Davo.
2-1.
Okay.
Liverpool.
Alright. I'm going 4-1 the Reds. And I'm putting Darwin Núñez down for 2 as well. Fuck the Larius. Right. Couple of big games the weekend as well. Just quickly on them. Villa Arsenal. Villa third. Playing really well. We've spoken about them already. Arsenal get away with one a little bit at Luton. And as Seany says, they seem to be involving themselves in a lot of bleeding mayhem at the moment. And he doesn't feel that is the way forward. But what do we want out of this, I suppose, is the bigger question.
Villa win all day.
Yeah. Yeah.
Villa win all day.
Yeah. Okay. I'd happily take I'll go on. I'll take the Villa win as well. But what do you think will happen? Because Villa put an awful lot into that game last night. An awful lot.
Did they though?
They did. They put an awful lot into that game, Seany. They never stopped to a man. They never
ever so did Arsenal, though, Gav. In fairness, they had to.
Yeah, in a slightly different way, where Arsenal were kind of penned Luton in for an awful lot of the game. But I think if you were to look at the stats, I would say Villa ran an awful lot more than Arsenal ran. And Arsenal played the night before, didn't they?
I think emotionally for Arsenal, though, getting like that's it. There could be a big come down after fucking like getting that winner. Do you know what I mean? Like, listen, it's all I'm spouting shy here. Like, it's all if buts and maybes. You know what I mean? Like, it's Villa could be bollocks, Arsenal could be bollocks emotionally. It's a tough game. The one thing I mentioned it when I was on with Keith before. The one thing we've done really, really well this year is make sure you have a few good sides at home. And Villa, West Ham, fucking you seeing West Ham beating Spurs tonight. We battered Villa at home. Villa are a very good side. So they're decent sides. These teams, like they're well able to play football and take points out the big boys. So I think Arsenal will be in a game Saturday. Absolutely. I think it could be a draw. I think it could be a draw.
Yeah, Megan McCann agrees. She says it should be a good game. I fancy a draw. Go on, a draw. What score then?
2-2.
Yeah, snap. I had the same 2-2. Shawnee.
We go for a triple Desmond, will we?
Yeah.
Yeah, right, go on. A Desmond. I
Desert.
haven't heard it. Yeah, Davo loves a Desmond. 2-2. Yeah, go on. 2-2 across the board, but we want Villa to win if one of these teams are going to win.
That's again 5:30 Saturday in December, Villa Park.
Be bouncing.
Yeah.
Bouncing.
Yeah, there's a lot of 2-2s coming in there. Kieran's the same, Jono's the same. And I'm sorry if I just go back up, there was a couple of positions on Liverpool. Centurion had 3-1 the Reds, Jono had 2-1, Deezer had 2-0, Avo has 4-0, Megan has 2-0, O'Sheen 2-0, Richard has 2-0, so did Kieran, and Just said 9-0 because, why not? I think he's still upset because I told his man to go away last week when she wanted me to keep the Ronnie. But look, that's how it works. Swings and roundabouts, just swings and roundabouts. Come here, Newcastle beating away at Everton tonight. Put out the same team I think that played against United. And didn't make a sub to the 90th minute, which is very fucking weird, especially if your team is, running on empty a little bit. They go to Spurs at the weekend. I'm not too sure the time of the kickoff, but they go to Spurs at the weekend. A big game for both, Shawnee. Spurs are on a horrible run. Newcastle, we're flying, but that's gonna hurt them there tonight. And again, a couple of days in between it, and they're back playing Spurs. Big game for both, isn't it? Because they'll both fancy themselves into that top four. But if they keep messing about, other teams will just pull away from them.
Yeah, and it's already happening. Look at the league table is fucking bottlenecked from 3 down, from 3rd down. And it looks like top 5 is going to get to Champions League this year. So it's a 6-pointer in terms of Champions League qualification, I think. You only really hear that fucking saying 6-pointer when you're involved in relegation, but I honestly think that it's going to be huge. And I watched Spurs there tonight, and I have to say, I don't know what the crack is. They look fucking brilliant for 20 minutes in the game, and then it's like flat out by theirs. They go behind 2-1 tonight, and then it's back 4 on the halfway line again, and I'm just going, it's not fucking working, mate. I'm not slagging them saying the word mate, but it's not working. Ange, for me, I like him. I like them as Celtic, but there's a distinct bleeding stench of waffle off him the more it goes on. I think he's buying into his own hype a little bit with the whole fucking soundboy thing, and he made his bed a little bit with the referees after the Liverpool thing. I don't know. Spurs would be in a far better position if he would use his head and fucking put men behind the ball when they were going 1-0 up, but still saying they're trying the same thing. On the other fucking hand, you don't know what you're going to get with Newcastle, but they do look spent. And I think Lascelles went down late tonight as well.
Yeah, he pulled up. That's what one of the subs he made. He brought on Man Craft, I think he brought on, did he?
Who's been good for them. I know Lascelles comes in for a bit, but he's been decent for them this year. He's had to find himself back in the team. But yeah, it's a huge game. It's a fucking huge game. And sandwiched in between that, Newcastle will have an eye on midweek as well because they need a result.
Yeah, they do. Yeah, against home to AC Milan, ain't
they? And it's going to be your poison.
Yeah.
We were talking about managers being under pressure as well. United, Chelsea, Newcastle, not Spurs. It can't keep going the way it's going.
Yeah. I don't think it can keep going, especially for United and possibly Chelsea. I think I think Howe has a bit of credit in the bank, but then again, this is a team that's looking to try to take over football, and make no doubt about it. That's what they're trying to do in whatever way they can. So maybe the credit he's built up dwindles quicker than credit other people have in other jobs. It says Dunner's prediction of the Red Tops running pictures of Ange in a hat with corks hanging from it and kangaroos, etc. is creeping closer. Dunner did say that a couple of weeks ago. He said, listen, telling you a couple of weeks they'll have bleeding him on the top of a didgeridoo and all sorts going on. But he's just on a terrible run at the minute. He's missing a couple of players, but it's the style of play is a bit mad. Anyway, predictions. Newcastle away to Spurs. Davo, go on and give you the first shout on it.
Newcastle away to Spurs, are they?
Yeah, 4:30 on Sunday, I think it is.
4:30. I think Spurs will win. I think Newcastle have one away on Milan. They're fucking blowing Newcastle. Yaman Dubravka is absolutely shocking in goal. He was very.
Loris Karius is there. Flash him in.
Yeah, he's better than Dubravka anyway. I think. Although, well, no, sorry, maybe the first year that Karius for us is better than Dubravka, but not after Kiev, not the post Kiev Karius. But Dubravka's poor tonight for that first goal. Trippier really poor, gives it away. Same with the second goal, but Dubravka has to save the first. And when you see the fucking, when you see where it goes in the net and stuff like that, and he's all over the shop on it. But I think Spurs were good. Johnny was right the first 20 minutes. West Ham basically couldn't get out of that bleeding box. They had them penned in, and I don't think Newcastle with all them injuries blowing, I don't think they'll get past that 20-minute, half an hour mark, and I reckon they could be a couple down by then.
Right.
And then obviously then for Howard, obviously definitely comes in to pick up poison then, because he goes, right, this one is gone. We need to fucking keep an eye on it for I don't know if they're on obviously on Wednesday if they're playing Sunday, so they're on Wednesday. So yeah, I think Spurs will win 3-1.
Okay. Jono has 1-1. Deezer has 1-1. Rory reckons Spurs 2-1. Kev reckons Spurs 3-0. Kieran does say Trippier tonight brutal. Yes, I'm fully expecting 3 to 4 hours on Sky Sports News breaking down Kieran Trippier's performance tonight, like they would do with some other right backs that play in that country. Yus has 1-1, and he has told me that his mother has moved on, which is fantastic news. They both lose 2-0, says Avo. I'm not too sure that happens, but and Richard 1-1 he has. Look, it's a. I was going to say it's a mad week in the Premier League, but this is what we have to get used to now. There's games coming everywhere. Christmas throws are all over the place because Christmas is on a Monday, and then you're playing on a Tuesday, and like, but Tuesday night as well, and it all goes on like that for about 2 weeks, and then we just get back into Saturday, Tuesday, Wednesday, all that sort of stuff. So it's all good. Jerry reckons 2-1 to Newcastle. Jerry's just going against the grain there. I like it. Anything else before we go, lads? Because I'm very conscious Davo's up for work in 20 minutes, so I do like him to get the little power nap before he goes to work. But Davo, anything else before we go?
No, not that I can think of off the top of my head. No, match of the, I'll tell you, fucking, the punditry after our game of match of the day last night. Fucking, what's your man's name? Ashley fucking Williams and Martin Keown. Two Stockings. Two absolute fucking Stockings.
I've seen a couple of really hot takes on how Virgil van Dijk
that was mad.
F and a Koku. An absolutely superb bit of defending. And F and a Koku telling him he's doing it wrong. F and fucking a Koku. Will you stop the lights, will you?
Get off the stage.
Well, no, Keown saying the push from Canate was a penalty. Did you ever hear such shite in all your life?
Yeah. Like, Keown's mad.
Keown's mad. Yeah, look, fair enough. They were giving out. Probably is a foul on the Nunes, but game still would end up 1-0 anyway. That was like the 90. The only delay, the game only went on anymore after that was because of the fucking VAR check. The time was up and so was like fucking bagged. Yeah. And he only played on a couple of minutes extra because of the fucking VAR stuff and all that. So the game would have been over. But Keown and fucking Ashley Williams, my God. Yeah. Gee, they really were scraping the barrel. That was like the Kenny Cunningham fucking when you're on RTE, the Kenny Cunningham slot.
Oh, Jesus. Yeah. Then you knock on the radio and he's on off the ball and you're like, you just can't get rid of Kenny here. Will Kenny ever fuck off? I wonder what he's doing now. I reckon he's watching a load of Saudi football now, just that he's ringing.
He was on
Saudi
Premier
TV.
Sports last night.
Yeah, I'd say he's ringing Saudi TV going, listen, do you want me to say anything about Fabinho? I'm lethal at it. And they're like, who the fuck is this? Anyway, Shawnee, anything else before we go? Anything in the Premier League? Would you like to talk about Klopp and the presenter last night?
Yeah, fucking Klopp coming in for a bit of stick, but like he's completely right. Like fucking these little fucking warts in the media can say whatever they want with impunity, and when they're challenged, Klopp scruffed him over last night and he shit his jocks. And he's getting a bit of stick from it, but look, I don't care. Fergie done that for long enough. Look, people don't like Klopp because he's so good. I'd be worried if they did like him, because it'd be like Ange Postecoglou and everyone loving him. You know, like, you're not supposed to love him. You only love Ange because Spurs are inoffensive and they're not going to do anything to you, really. You know what I mean? It's like people love that Arteta, starting to hate now because they might be actually good. But fucking, I have to say, absolute, like, I don't like Emmett and all. I'd be giving Emmett and all a bit of stick about saying, he's mad into this conspiracy with the kick-off. It's telling the way it goes. But when you get little smarmy cunts like that joking about it, like, I'd imagine that rub Klopp up the fucking wrong way completely. But on the other hand, like, that would be something that I'd use in the team talk going into Saturday, going, look at all these cunts. Come out here and just fucking show these now that it doesn't matter when you put us on, we're going to do the business. But light a fucking candle for your man off Amazon, and light one off for poor Joey Barton as well, because his head's gone. Cunt.
Yeah, someone's visiting him soon. Someone's visiting him soon with a few cans of a fishing rod, aren't he?
Is that live on YouTube?
I just seen it on Twitter that had Joey Barton, one Bianchi that used to be on Sky Sports, and two other boards, and Piers Morgan. So he's obviously getting lashed out of it, but he's a header, like, you know what I mean? Why you'd come out, put yourself through all that fucking hell, like. But like, going back to Klopp, he's proven right all the fucking time with this stuff. Like, it's not as if he's coming out with this shit and it's all pie in the sky. Like, the reason United ran at 7 o'clock on BT last Wednesday is directly down to Jurgen Klopp fucking letting Des Kelly have it. And the rules changing that if you're away in Europe on a Wednesday, you will not be fucking playing at 12:30 on a Saturday. And obviously BT have that slot. That game changed. Same way with us and City had alternated because Sky had the 4 slot and the Copper said it had to go to 12:30. So, like, that's the reason United had fucking 7.5 more hours to prepare. Now, it didn't matter because they were fucking railroaded, right, and they were terrible. But the point stands, they'd have been, if United were picked for that, which they were for that BT, and it was a 12:30 slot, and they would have to be in Galatasaray, every one of their fans would have been on Twitter pissing and fucking moaning.
I'm bringing up Klopp. Telling you that, remember, Klopp told us all this, why aren't you listening to him?
That comes directly from fucking Klopp and Des Kelly. So, again, look, the man is being proved fucking.
And that little bollocks, Kelly, by the way, that little bollocks was the fella on the pitch after we beat Barcelona 4-0, wasn't he? Wasn't he?
He was knocking lumps off Carl Vorderman, wasn't he?
Yeah,
he was in his hole.
He was.
Listen, I don't know. I used to hate him. I think of a bit more time from now, to be honest. But anyway, no, fuck him. I don't like him. But anyway, Emmett does say Kenny Cunningham is on Premier Sports at this particular moment in time, because that's all he says all the fucking time.
We're after pulling a serious Emmett there, and you were saying we didn't have anything else to say.
Then say no, nothing at all. Fucking 20 minutes later, we're still going.
Emmett there.
But no, my thing with Klopp is that, like, your man was trying to make a name for himself, and Klopp, like, just goes, looks at him and says, "What are you fucking talking about?" And Klopp is the one that started all this, and Solskjaer, funny enough, is the one that backed him most. And now they're all kind of, and straight away the tribalism comes in. Oh, look at him! Like, I've seen people on online going, you know what? The mask slips every so often with Jurgen Klopp. Everyone loves him. He's the nice guy, but it slips. And I'm kind of going, you clearly haven't watched Jurgen Klopp, because he just says what he thinks, and he always has fucking says. It's just you think. But the funny thing is, if your man had said that to him and he would have went, yeah, and backed away from me, they have him rattled again. You know, so you can't win. But anyway, the next time you should just give him a bleeding dick.
But here, and just the very last thing, he's after fucking, McAllister got bleeding ripped from fucking side of the knee to the other side of the knee with the stud, had to go off injured, and Matip's after doing his ACL, so like, he's obviously not in great form. You know what I mean? So, like, don't be fucking trying to be his mate on telly, because I'm looking for a few laughs and stuff like that. Like, and like, he'll obviously have, Klopp will be, he's been vocal before about looking after the players and the amount of games and all. So he'd have been in the height of it anyway. Whether even with us winning.
The same fuckers will be beating him with a stick when he sends the fucking 16s out to Belgium next week. And it's disrespecting the competition and all.
Yeah.
Like,
Do you remember
It's a
they used to
lot-
do this thing where if Liverpool didn't make 5 subs every week, people got upset with Klopp who wanted 5 subs? Do you remember that?
Well, was it him? Was it? There was a bit sort of. I know we're doing a complete fucking Emma on it now.
Yeah.
Wasn't it him turned around and he said, "I hope Wilder is happy with his 3 subs and his 0 points." Is
Yeah.
that what he said?
Something
Yeah,
like
yeah.
that. Yeah,
Yeah.
something like that.
And he's
yeah.
fucking right.
But this
He's
happened.
proven-
This happened where Klopp went. We should just have 5 subs. 9 on the bench, 5 subs. Like, and they were like, no, and eventually they done it. And then every game where Klopp didn't make 5 subs, look, he's asking for 5 and he's not even making them. We're like,
No,
that's not the
what
point.
he's
Just
saying.
fucking
Foresight is
idiots.
hindsight for gobshite, and he's
Yeah.
fucking always right. He's always right.
Anyway, he's finished.
Oh, we're definitely finished now. Definitely
Yeah,
done. Definitely.
100%.
I'm not finished. He's only 25.
Remember that? Anthony Amy. That was a
Yeah.
classic.
Actually, Amy, you
Absolute
can blame us
classic.
Scotland now. He's finished. He's not finished. He's only 25.
I
What a
loved it.
joke.
I absolutely loved it.
What a joke.
There's commiserations to Emma. Actually, by the way, lost out on his employee of the month there today. To your woman, what was her name? Commiserations to him. It was a big thing from his picture was lovely on the poster, but it didn't happen. But look, best of luck next month, Emma. We'll all be rooting for you.
Speech into the bailiff's hairbrush he was for the last few weeks.
Poor Emma, he got a fucking bow barrels this morning on the 10 o'clock show. It was fucking amazing. But tomorrow, 2 member shows tomorrow, 10 o'clock, the 30, where we do 30 minutes, 10 of about football, 20 plus of just random stuff. Today, Emma and Garmac got it absolutely like bow barrels for 25 minutes. Join us tomorrow morning where we do another version of the Telegram Chronicles, where I just read through the Telegram members group of what they're talking about and I'm dramatising. It's better than Fair City, I'm telling you. I'm putting it out there. And at 10 o'clock tomorrow night, which we might move to 9, just letting you know, it's episode 4 of the title, and we look back on the 1920 season and we do about 8 games. I'm not too sure what we're up to at the moment, but that will be me and Chris tomorrow night. Look, it's been a brilliant show. The Premier League is absolutely flying at the minute. There's going to be barrel loads of it coming at you in the next 4 weeks as they try to get about 12 fixtures into like 4 weeks of mayhem. But we'll be here for it. We'll react to it every week, and Liverpool are going to win at the weekend. I'm just letting you know. Davo, it's been a pleasure. Shawnee, the same.
Cheers.
Everyone in the chat, it's been an absolute pleasure. Talk to you soon. Over and out.